Welcome back to MMA for Today. Let's talk about with head coach Mohamed Wali. Today we have a very special guest joining us. He is a veteran of the sport with a rich fighting history. He fought in the UFC, Strikeforce, Sengoku, and many more. He fought 37 times in the cage and won 25 times, 10 via KO and 30 via submissions. Born and raised in Brazil, a country known for its rich martial arts heritage, we are honored to have the opportunity to talk about the life, the career, and the insights of Jorge Santiago. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure to
Welcome,
be here.
George. It's a pleasure to have you, George. So let's
Yeah.
get of a guy, a fighter with a lot of knowledge. He swim to all the waters and deep waters.
Oh, we've been all of that,
Uh,
right, Marcel?
and we did some together.
We
Yeah,
did a lot. We did a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad.
What question you have, Dylan, for George?
Yeah, the first question. Let's start with your childhood. Um, can you share some memories from growing up in Brazil? Where were you born, and so on?
Yeah, I born in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I'm from 1980s. Starting karate uh, at 7 years old, jumping to judo at 12, and jiu-jitsu at 14.
Hmm.
Became a black belt in both of them around 2000. Shoot, no, 1996 or 97, something like that, or 98, 98 actually, because I have to be 18 years old. By then, by 2020, I had a chance to come to America. I started jiu-jitsu, MMA career
Mhm.
at the Brazil American top team down south in Florida. So that's when everything started. Not too long after. What time you got to America, Wally?
To work with you guys?
To work with us, yeah.
Not to work with you in 2006. It was in 2005, but I started
2006.
seriously working with you guys
Mhm.
2006. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there 2000, yeah, 2002, 2006. I started meeting Wally, and
Mm.
2002 I started my MMA career. But he got lunch after this guy came here together with Banky. That's how everything started happening.
Benke was in 18 American top team.
American top team.
He was a strength and conditioning coach
Mm.
Yeah.
in that time. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And you were the head coach, right, Coach Wally?
No, I was head coach. No, striking coach. I
A
was
striking coach, yeah. Okay.
responsible for stand up for the guys for the main fighters. I was responsible for the stand up
Mm.
work.
Yeah, Dylan, we have like American top team back then was like maybe what, but maybe 60 fighters on the floor,
We had a lot of
and
fighters.
we all, huh?
We had a lot of fighters,
We
all
all love
different fighters.
fighters.
A
Yeah,
lot of diversity, wrestlers,
wrestlers, strikers,
strikers, grapplers,
jits.
lot of grapplers.
Mm.
So it was kind of divided between like fighters used to get like a couple coaches to be as the main coach, be their head coach. So back then, when Wally got there, so it was him and Banky. They were the ones that like it got me to the next level when they
Mm.
got there. Like we all had like ways to deal with and identify as a fighter and personality and the way you work. And when Master Wally, used to call him Master Wally when he got there. So
Oh,
we clicked. I used to hate this guy. Oh my
oh, really, George?
Oh man, he pushed me so much. After the fight, I love him so. I love this
In the
guy.
beginning, or just in the beginning, or
Nah, nah. Through the
all the
camp,
way
through
down?
the camp, it was always hard. It was
Uh,
always hard. He used to bring us to deep waters before we get the fight. Think about that.
uh,
And
yeah.
fight was easier with Wally and
Really serious, George? Or just no,
no,
don't
I'm
like to
telling
do
you, I'm telling you.
serious things. Yeah.
Nah, I love. I mean, it was a hating love. Don't get me
Uh
wrong.
huh.
More love than hate for sure. But he made us suffer and go through everything we could possibly go. Yeah. And I was speaking of that, like we coming back from in Tokyo
Mm.
on the bus. These guys are
On-
already making plans for the next camp, and and we won. Just
Yeah.
keep in mind, we beat the guy, but they already this. He's the one already making points. Oh, we gotta get back, betting this, betting that, betting that. You didn't do this. Like, come on, man. I just want to relax. Let's
I
celebrate.
just want to party. No party.
No party. We gotta get back to work. Jab, 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 jab. Jab, okay.
That's
Nice,
Right?
nice.
yes.
Yeah, it was a good time. Great time.
Yeah. Mhm.
And who gave you the nickname the Sandman?
The
I,
Sandman.
I don't know. It was like going to the UFC. Something happened, and you just stick.
Mm.
But back then, it wasn't. It wasn't like that. It was nothing like that. I don't know. I don't know when it happened. People are going to sleep, so think this guy here and the other and my team works and everybody. So they call me Sandman after that.
The Sandman.
Same.
Yeah, you talked already about how you started with MMA, right? When you were interested in MMA, George, the first thing you got in love with MMA, discovering the game of MMA. When did it
It
start?
wasn't even a discovering. It was something that happened. As a martial art fighter, Wally,
You roll into the
you roll into the next challenge, right? So since I did karate, I did judo, jiu-jitsu, well, what else? And MMA was getting to a 2000, between 2000 and 2002 was getting to the hot spot
Mhm.
before
Mhm.
the the reality show that UFC made UFC launch to the big times. The first UFC in the reality show, that was like, you know what, it's time to go. That's the next level of the sports.
So you took it seriously. Now you want at the time you want to become a professional and make a living out of it.
Yeah,
Focus and sacrifice.
sacrifice. There's a lot of sacrifice.
Mm.
We know that. Yeah, yeah. You got a lot of things
Mm.
you got to keep
Yeah,
behind and get in deep waters to find yourself, becoming the fighter
yeah.
and make what it takes.
The professional training started with you was in ADT or before that in Brazil.
I started now when I got ATT. My sensei back then in jiu-jitsu told me like, look, we gotta let it go the jiu-jitsu. Let's start getting into striking, wrestling, whatever's missing, because we know, right? We have to train all disciplines to make it to be a good MMA fighter.
Yeah, it's
Your
a complex
core,
complex game.
complex game. Yeah, you gotta
It's
keep
a
your core,
complex.
your quality. That would be your number one when everything goes wrong. But we got involved and make
So when you started, George, when you get into MMA, you know you're going to become a professional fighter. You want to get into it and get serious about it. What were you good at? Was it jiu-jitsu? What was your like, basic fundamental background? Was
yeah.
you stand
My
up the judo thing or
my mainly background was judo. Jiu-jitsu was something that it helped me tremendously, but uh, to get to the floor, the judo carried me all the way to the ground game, and it helped me a lot on steps on the striking,
Mm.
because the discipline of how we walk, crossing legs,
Mhm,
I think
mhm,
was a big plus when I went to started in boxing and kickboxing.
mhm. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, if I don't different, yeah, that's you are dealing with.
Yeah,
Oh, you want to know about different organization, right?
yeah. You fought
Yeah.
uh, in various organizations like UFC, Strikeforce, Sengoku, and so on. And what was the difference or unique experience in each of these organizations?
Uh, to be honest, I started because I had a dream of being in Japan, being a champion in Japan. That was my biggest dream, and that's what carries me all the way to MMA
Mm.
and
But
go
you
through the
started first.
steps.
But you started first in US, right? UFC,
I started in US,
UFC, in UFC before we made a
UFC. Yeah,
step to Japan because
yeah.
a
I
lot
make
of
a debut in UFC. I got a win, then I got a loss. I got fired for UFC. I
and
have to
then
rebuild myself, and then
What was it next? Was it Strikeforce, right? Was it
Then
first?
was the Strike Force to
And
2000. No, we had a different run. I think we had the four Strike Force.
you
We
fought in
had
Strikeforce. You won the
Russia,
tournament.
Bulldog fight in Russia.
Oh,
In Russia, okay.
In Russia.
The Bodok organization. Remember that?
Bulldog fight, yeah. So I had a US against US against Russia in 2006, I think.
Hmm.
That's when I fought Andrei Semenov.
Saminov.
Andrei Semenov. So I
Yeah.
won the fight. Yeah.
You submitted him, right?
Actually, it was a high kick.
Oh, you went with Shark to them. It was yeah.
Yes, you
You took
remember.
Shark with you to be in your to corner you to help you. Yeah, I
Yeah, it
remember.
was a crazy. I think
And
it was about you landing to train us.
it was a time. I was there. I stayed with the guys in Florida.
Yeah. So one
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
I had my wife, my ex-wife had we were expecting a baby.
Ah,
So I was in between being back in the fighter and take this thing for real,
And
or
be a father.
be a fighter.
Oh, be a
it,
father or
it,
be a fighter.
yeah, and be a gym owner. I'm like, someone called me like, hey, they pay you $60 to go to Rush to fight this guy. He just had a fight on Pride. Like, I don't give a shit. Let me get there.
Uh,
It's 60,000. I get there. I got that. I won. And after that, I start walking.
you get 60,000 for the fight. That's why I said no.
Yeah, like
It's
I have to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then from the bottom you went to Strikeforce.
Then right there, then I think that's when we start working. When I came back
That's
to Russia, I went there with Eddie Alvarez, a couple guys. We came back from Russia. Like now, I need to step it up. Now it's my last chance to be a fighter
yeah,
or a
yeah,
father. We had a good. I remember that fight. We had a good camp, and at the
yeah.
at the locker room, someone changed opponent. The Japanese guy got hurt.
I remember.
You
It
remember
was a
that?
tournament. It was a tournament, George. I
He
remember. It
was
was in San Jose, and then you had a tournament, and you
San
fight
Jose.
two fights at night.
Two
The
fights
first
at one.
the two and the first your first fight was against the Japanese, but
mm,
Japanese guys pulled out because of his medicals, right?
Yes,
And then
correct.
they told you should fight a wrestler. What the heck, a wrestler? An
What?
American wrestling guy. And then we went. There was internet. We are looking for what is he fighting? What does he look like? And then no man, yeah, you turned the button, and then you fought a wrestler and you knocked him out in the first one with a flying knee.
nice, nice.
Yeah, the our wrestling coach came in like, hey, he's a wrestler, but he's
Oh, no.
never been knocked out. I was like, maybe the first
Oh,
time is gonna be today.
hey, that was a way, was a nasty. Hey, Dylan, it was a nasty knockout, man. He was the guy. You can, everything is on YouTube and online. It
It's
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
nasty, that kind of knee. If you, with those days on the platforms, will be all over. That guy was like,
that
nice,
was
nice.
that
he was
was
flat for. I was scary. No, seriously, what I was saying. You don't want to knock out nobody like that, but he was. Yeah, I remember that. I was in the corner with Pizarro,
yeah with Pezão, yeah.
with Bigfoot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the second fight was against I don't
Uh,
know,
South African guy, strong,
with a
big
big
guy,
head, with a big head.
Franklin.
Prangley,
He
yes,
was the champion of the Bulldog.
he was a champion of
The
both.
Bulldog and Strikeforce had a partnership event in San Jose. The first event they partnered up for, and it was a Strikeforce. He was the Bulldog champion
Hmm.
fighting in a tournament to see who's going to be the Strikeforce champion.
And you knocked him out, or you submitted him? I don't remember. You knocked.
We
Oh yeah,
knocked we
yeah,
knocked him
you knocked.
out. It
Yeah, you
was
knocked with knee,
he
and then got up. Wow,
Nice,
yes.
nice.
stop the shot, knee on the belly. Bam,
Oh, you remember that? You
bam.
see this one, the guy man has a real big head. You cannot knock him out with hands.
Yeah,
George, at that time he doesn't have that kind of hands knockout. Knee, bam, you
nice,
right
nice.
on the yeah, yeah.
Homework. It was
And then
exactly
Strike Force
Dylan.
champion,
Exactly
Strike Force
how we
champion.
trained Dylan. Oh man, it was crazy, man. We trained
Wow,
like that so many times. Like,
Mm,
bro, knee, pa.
nice.
I still do that shit. I
Yes,
still
I
do
know that.
I still do that shit, bro. This is control. Break
Yes,
the
it
shoot.
works.
That works, yeah, yeah.
So
And
you
then
had
and
two fights
one night.
one night and two finishes with your
Two
knee.
knockouts, yeah.
Two fly knee and a TKO with your knee, and then
TKO, yeah.
And
ground.
then and George was
Nice.
hot. And then let's go to Japan.
This guy, hey, I don't know. Then we got hired. I got hired in Japan.
Yeah.
So we flew to Japan, and they had a tournament in Japan also.
It
Mm.
was Sengoku.
Sengoku, right? When the
Sengoku.
pride divided between Sengoku and Deep and Dreams. We are there. This guy came in like with a weigh in. Wally, I can't forget about this thing.
Really? What are you talking about? Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about
I was telling
Sengoku
you.
time. It was a big organization, a new organization, only big dogs in his weight class, 83 kilos.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
guy who won the Pride Bushido title supposed to be the guy, the winner of the tournament who's supposed to meet at New Year's Eve, right?
Mm.
And we are there, just hot from Strike Force, and we are there at the press conference, and everybody talked with a lot of people, and Wally was like, "Hey, you, getting the reporters together. Come here. You guys are talking with the wrong guy. Him. He's gonna win." Pointing to me. He's
Really?
gonna win.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you did that. Yeah, you did that. Yeah. You guys are talking with the wrong guy. Come here. It was a judo Olympic silver medalist. So many different guys.
Oh, good guys, man. You remember
Good.
who was in the tournament? You remember the name?
Siyar Bahaduzarda
Yeah.
from Afghanistan. He used to fight
He's from
in Glory. He used to fight in Glory.
Dylan Hausen, Badr, what's his name?
Bahaduzarda.
But Afghan guy,
Yeah,
Afghan kid.
Bahadur Zada. Yeah.
You know what who we're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the guy, then Cyborg was also in. Was in also?
Cyborg was there too.
I don't
Yuki Kondo. So many names, good names from Pride.
Which weight class?
He was
83.
83 kilos. Yeah.
Middleweight, right?
Yeah.
He was fighting middleweight. George was fighting always middleweight. Yeah.
And looking back at your career, which victory or title do you hold close to your heart? And why?
That one.
Which one?
Sengoku?
This one, Sengoku. That one we had it.
Because
why?
George, yeah, because you won the tournament, was a single tournament, and just a regular competition. You won both at the time. You won the
Yeah.
tournament in '83, and he was champion. And not with big dogs. I was not like, you're gonna fight this, you're gonna make you champion. It was no, you can fight anybody, and all the guys were good.
Yeah.
Everybody was good, and all different styles also. They mix it up. You don't know who you're gonna fight, what kind of style you're gonna face, and you have to be ready for everything. That's at the time that you were starting pushing hard, going deep and sacrificing. Start doing what's that machine with Banky, that conditioning?
Oh, the machine we had with the hands with the elastic bands coming out of the elastic band doing punches, right?
Man, I forgot the name.
Yeah, I forgot. But it was hard because I broke my hand at the last fight at tournament. Then we had to come back for New Year's Eve. We were busy last at the time because I had a fight. Jay-Z had a fight at Dreams.
And we were staying there. We were
Misaki?
staying there. Yeah.
Kazuo Misaki?
Kazuo Misaki, yeah.
Before 2 times, how many times for Mizaki is not doing?
I fought 2 times, but the first one was the biggest one for sure.
No.
That was the one that carried my heart because we had a tournament, 2 fights in one night. Really tough guys, Olympic champions. Beat them, broke my hand, and we have to come back in 2 months to fight for the title at New Year's Evening. And we trained with one last hand. Wally had me doing softball, changing stance, and using my left hand as a strongest hand. And we fought everyone.
You remember that?
Bang.
Yeah.
We got it.
Nice.
George,
Yeah.
so you've been around for a long time in the game, eh?
We
Now
were.
also as a coach now also. So
Yeah.
you saw all kind of training. You've been talking about training systems and pushing, going hard, and stepping it up. What you see you see a little bit difference now in like in country wise, like in training methods now. That's you see like
To
oh,
be, yeah, to
it,
be
like, it seems
honest,
like
the way I feel right now,
mm,
I'm still in the game. I became a coach in 2002 when
2002,
2012. I mean, sorry,
12, your career.
when I retired. The Blackzilians started with Anthony Johnson, Vitor Belfort. We had a lot of big names, and Kamaru Usman, which was the one after Blackzilians. I'm still working with him very closely. Today, I'm working with Kamaru Usman and Justin Gaethje. Those are the two fighters I'm working with.
Mhm.
So the Usman joined on the time of Brazilian. That Blackzilian. That's the time that you met him, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's his second
Mm,
fight. Yeah,
mm,
his second fight. We've
second
been
fight.
together since then.
So yeah.
And a lot of change in the game for sure. To be honest, before he was harder than now.
Before was harder than now.
Harder than now. The game changed. It's whoever knows now to get the chance to get there. But the fighters produced back then, I think they had a better quality.
You're right.
Not only,
That's the
huh?
same. I see it also, George, in like in the level of performances now in general, like title fights, like hot shots that have been promoted. Yeah, I know it's a different money now in the game, different platforms, and there's a lot of fights being blown up. But you look at from for we as coaches now, you look through the eyes of a coach also, of me also, and you see like that's nothing special that they did. You see like you want to see the game evolving, getting better, and getting the guys getting better in all the aspects. I didn't see that. There's some guys you can tell they have something exceptional, but in generally, like you
It's
say,
a
man,
hype.
back then, man, they were high, man, they were tough. You have nobody to like the kind of example of tournaments. You have nothing to choose. You done locker room, like you remember in pride time, you were this guy in the finals, but all of a sudden, a half hour before they tell you, no, the guy you
Yeah,
should fight mine, he's out. You have to be ready for everything.
yeah.
And
Back then you had to be ready. Yeah,
you
you
have to be
defend your
ready.
you
And also,
defend your family and your team, and that's all. Let's go. That's all
and
you
that's
need.
not much. That's not much show. The show was what you perform, what you leave there in the cage. That was you. That was your ticket. That was your value.
Uh huh.
That was your value. What you leave there in the cage in the fight. Your performance. You have to be also marketable. But now it's more like you see, it's more the marketing thing, and you don't see the
No,
level of the.
uh,
In general, you don't see from my perspective, George. You see more now. You in the UFC with this guy you're training. You see more. Yeah, I don't see I don't see like, man, you see some guys, man, they do something that we have to discover. I don't want to see how they do it.
No,
I
no.
see,
Still,
see,
yeah.
when you look at Thiago Alves, but when you look like Thiago Alves he was a striker on 177, yeah, in 77 kilos, 170, it was 170. It was if you put him now in this time with his performance and ability, I will see, man, he will
Oh
get
yeah.
champion
He'll be
easily.
the champion.
He will champion easily because see that guy was tough. We will get Saint Pierre in his division. Saint Pierre was hard to beat.
Uh
Just
huh.
was the guy. You have to come with scientists behind you, man. You have to go. You cannot just go in there. Oh God, okay, man, and jump in right away. You have to go there and work your ass off and get ready for everything to fight. It's not easy. That time was not easy to be a champion in the 170, for example. Yeah,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's an. Saint Pierre was like you never know. Like Saint Pierre, for example, that's why GSP. Why I respect him as a champion. You can be as a legend. You never know how he's going to come out for the next fight, right?
You
And all
have to
of
be
well,
complete. You
yeah,
have to be prepared for sure.
yes, but
That's why he
generally
deserved
most
it.
of the guy champions you see now, you see one fight, you will fight the same all the road. Most of the guys, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I see. I've been on the last one in Abu Dhabi
Oh yeah, last week, 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah, yeah.
last week ago. Yeah, I was with
Yeah.
Cosmo Alexander. Is a Muay Thai fighter.
Cosmo, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
what's his like? Cosmo,
Alexander.
Alexander, Alexander. I know him. Yeah.
Good boy, the good boy.
Mhm.
uh, so we're just talking. We're talking about the same thing. He's looking at Chimaev.
Chimaev, okay.
Chimaev, we call, yeah. He's like, oh my God, he's horrible.
Really?
I wish one day I fought the guy like that because I knock him out and I just play with him.
They make it look easier. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just where you looking
That's
from,
sad,
right?
man. If
The
you for
way it
champion,
was,
yeah,
yeah,
George, exactly. When you look like it, normally when you look at champions, you look in that time like in Japan at prime time, and you go in and see the guy. Man, what a killers, man! I don't want to fight them. I don't want to fight. You have to be ready. But when you look at it from a perspective, like you see, oh man, I wish I could fight him. I can do that too. That means you're nothing special.
it's
When
just
you
the
look at
hype.
Shamaev, like I assume with Osman, that fight when he was there at the end, when the heat was like heads down, just like he
Yeah,
was swimming.
Kamaru wasn't in the best his best days for sure. Now,
If he was in shape, man, oh, that would
we
make a
got the fight
difference.
with 10 days. With 10 days notice, the
Mm.
weight above, fighting to Abu Dhabi, acclimate with the temperature and everything else. It was, and I'll be honest. If he let it go a little bit more on the second round, he could have a better outcome. He was
Mm.
just not being there, ready for that.
Mental aspect
Mentally
of physical.
prepared.
Because you
Yeah,
told me was he went there just by training. That means like you're a real fighter, you're a champion. You train like a
yeah,
champion. You being consistent. If you
yeah.
go in there with that level, yeah. So
We were. I was having. I mean, in my part, because we do the train over here and train in Denver, so we do the striking here. We do the jiu-jitsu here as much as I can. The grappling, then we go there and we mix everything together. We are training here once a week. You
Mm.
know, he wasn't even ready for the challenge, but he took it.
So let's talk
well,
about the event UFC 294. You cornered Kamaru Usman. What was actually the game plan? Or did you had a game plan? Or is it hard to have a good game plan if it's a short notice fight?
I mean, we had a game plan before, but he never accepted the fight. That's the thing
Yeah.
with
Okay.
Chimaev. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless it was a 185 and Kamaru wasn't even ready to go to 185. So it happened with short notice.
Mm.
The game was take him down, wrestle with him, do more wrestling.
Mm.
It was being a fighter. It was just like we're fighting
Mm.
because we are fighter. We're ready to fight. That was the game. Bring it to the distance. Try to see opportunity to finish the fight. But even then, I think we talked with Trevor Whitman. We were talking in the backstage. If we had a time, we had two more rounds,
Mm.
maybe it would be better because Kamaru is a fighter who likes to fight a 5 round fights.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
it's
likes to go.
good stamina, right? He has a good stamina.
Yeah, he likes to go deep waters. He's a have great mentality of fighting. He will
Mm-hmm.
never quit.
Mm.
What?
But it is what it is, right?
Uh, what could Kamaru have done better in your opinion?
Nothing. He did his best. I don't think he pulled himself back. He was a little bit worried about getting gas,
Mm.
uh, which wasn't the key. I would never thought he would get gassed out about on that fight.
Does
He
that make
only
also
got
difference, George? The difference is the location, like in Abu
the,
Dhabi and Florida.
exactly because
Jet lag.
Yeah,
when we had a fight
like
with Jorge
how many days
Masvidal,
you guys traveled there to from Florida
we had
to?
9 days. We had 90 days actually to make it happen. Expedite passport between countdown, came in town, and try to do the 24/7.
And how
And
many days how many days before the fight you were in Abu Dhabi?
90 days. 90 days. The chaos started.
Oh, okay.
9 days. He called us together with all the other coaches, the wrestling coach, myself, and the striking coach. What do you guys think?
Mm.
And that's how we decided we want to make this battle. We had a good offer of a title defense after the fight. If he
Mm.
was a champion, it was becoming a champion. So it was a win-win opportunity. They got something extra to make him fight in short notice, some money, and opportunity for the title. So it was nothing to lose because with the fight, it was the weight division above anyway.
Will there be a rematch? Do you have some informations? Is it something Kamaru Usman wants?
No, no, I don't think so. We already into a stay 185 division.
Mhm.
maybe in a couple months, because Justin Gaethje will be fighting maybe in February,
Yeah.
early March. We're waiting for that call, so we try to get both of them together in the same card in Arizona, if I'm not wrong.
Ooh, they like Denver, Arizona. It's a good, yeah, will fit for
Yeah,
them, right?
it's a
Denver,
good fit.
Arizona.
It's a quick drive. Yeah,
A
he
quick
might.
drive, altitude also. Like,
Yeah, he might fight an
design.
interim belt or Island.
Mm.
And Kamaru is still trying to decide who is fighting. And we have Rose still maybe coming back.
Mm. Yeah. And can you give us or tell us how was the atmosphere in Abu Dhabi? Because the main event was a banger too with Alexander Volkanovski against Islam Makhachev. Did you watch it? Did you see
Yeah,
the fight there live
yeah,
or?
yeah. We were there, watched the fight. I mean, they made a good work. UFC made a good work. They made it happen. They didn't take the all prestige of having a fight in Abu Dhabi
Mm.
and get fighters that could cover and make the show. I think it was good. Not fair to the fighters. Even for the main event, he wasn't a weight. He wasn't heavy enough to make the fight. But Islam got the best out of him, and Chimaev also too. But we are let's go for the next, right?
That's what it is, George. Yeah, but it was a good, yeah, for short notice, like Usman did, and like show this kind of a kid. But he was tight in the second round. He was putting everything in the first round. That's the way I remember. I saw shortly in the week. I saw
Yeah,
the
we're
fight again.
we're yeah.
Like Chimaev, he was pushing for the first round. He was trying to finish in the first round, right, to
He was
surprise
trying
him,
to take
and
him
that's how
down.
he gets out, and he gets out in the second.
Yeah, we knew that. Like he always
That's
gets out in
that's
the
how I
second
saw
round.
that maybe you were close and you were there, but I just might see this kid. He wants short notice fight. He was gambling on the first round, just put him down, wrestling him, make sure maybe gambling on not Osman will be tired.
He
But
was. I mean, he was very confident. Shimaev was very confident. He thought it would be easier than what he had. Obviously, he was ready. He had a training camp for that fight, 12 plus week. So he was leaving in Abu Dhabi for the last couple months, I think, for the
see the
fight.
difference. Makes sense, yes.
So everything made in his favor. He was very comfortable being with the
See,
whole crew
for
over there.
Montevideo, and then
Yeah,
yeah. And
And
but
then
even
like I
then,
saw, he come out very tight at first round. Did you see it also the same way?
yes, we felt that.
Yeah,
The second round,
yeah.
he hold it back for a little bit because he was tired.
It was like 3 minutes of. I just told them it was like three. We were talking about the fight like before you get in. That was 3 minutes or something. You're just moving, touching. Nobody wants to
Yeah,
engage.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were just like I see. That's the cardio thing. Who nobody wants to take a risk.
And I was like, oh my God, I wish Kamaru was in his camp because he would
Yeah,
just go
exactly. So
storm
can
against
you
this
this
guy.
guy man? You like you say now because I know the how the kid how he trained. How he trained if he was in Abu Dhabi Shamayev thing. I don't know if he was there already and get you ready for his shot. But if Osman was ready for that,
Yeah,
he will walk him over.
if the guy was acclimated with the weather, the camp, and everything. He was pushing him. Come on, if Kamaru was in shape, fight shape. What the fuck,
That
man?
happened to us also in Japan with you. That you remember the Japan? Come on, George. The car you think. Come on, George. Like gas tank, so perfect.
He
That gas tank changed everything, right?
never change, never change. He wants something for you.
Ah,
but a question about the mental aspect. How was it for a fighter like Kamaru Usman? He had a takedown defense of 97% before Khamzat Chimaev, and then he got the takedown, or he was taken down in the I don't know first seconds. I'm not sure to be honest. First
Oh
minute.
man,
right
you
How is
away.
can make it. You can make a jest of his career, whole career,
Mhm.
being ready to get in battles, then being called in by 9 days. That's you
Uh,
can make a justice of him, of his
mm,
stat. I mean, for his the way he wrestled. He wrestled great. He
mm,
would easily put a 10 pounds. 5 kilos or 7 kilos more. Only in his camp to fight 185.
Uh,
We just even we didn't cut weight. He was on weight.
Mm.
Chimaev was like he had to wait 2 times because he was overweight.
Oh,
He,
really?
I don't know
yeah,
that. I
Uh,
don't, yeah.
he tried the first one. He didn't make weight. He had to go back to the sauna, jump ropes, do all the things. Kamaru just like you want skip one meal, make the fight. Come on, isn't fair. It's not fair.
mm,
So
You
that's why you
can't
can
fight.
say the question to viewers, the listeners. That's the moment, that the kind of a thing you keep. The way a professional walks, as a champion walks in his career. Now you can, in this kind of examples. Now,
mm,
who's the real professional? Who's the champ? You
yeah.
can tell with this who's the champ. And I will say Osman, who's the champ? The
He was
guy who carried himself as a champ during all his career. He's always in shape. Don't carry too much weight during the off season, or not without upcoming fight. Always ready
no,
to go. That's a real champion.
no. Since his last fight, he's been training. We've been training every week. He never
Mm,
stopped doing strength conditioning,
yeah.
physiotherapy,
Oh, but
everything he must do
yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah. That's a
healthy
champion's attitude, man.
for the
That's a
next
champion.
camp for fight. And this
Yeah.
one was just cutting 1/3 of his camp.
Mm,
That's why I always try to tell the fighters, George, man. You have to be like all the real sports now, the Olympic sports. You have to you a professional. Be a professional. It's a lifestyle. You have to be.
Yeah,
It's
you
not be. You have to be like be like fight ready, but you have to be fit. Your weight has to be good on point. Your
in our
cardio has to be
time.
on point. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the.
in our time. Remember, we had a fight on Saturday.
mm.
Wally had us like Monday, jabbing low kick, no matter what.
Okay, low back. You have one hand, you have another hand, and the
He
other
still look
leg.
and he still look like shit. You gotta keep doing. Like when's gonna be good? Never,
Oh
cause we
yeah, yeah,
always
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
always
Oh
aiming
yeah.
for the star, and
You
whatever
Mike,
we
you remember
better.
Mike Brown? Mike Brown also when we started building up
Oh,
Mike Brown. We said, oh man, wow, he was crazy. Man, he breaks you down, and then how long does it take the breakdown is gonna take? He breaks
oh,
you down, he makes it like shit, but he's got yeah. How long is gonna take down? But we know where we go. We have to build it again from the foundation.
yeah,
Right? But
we fighters fight, and it's a lifestyle. I believe that,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Come
yeah.
back
That's
for a
what
fight. There's no party. There's no fooling around. You gotta eat well, sleep well, make a
yes.
commitment.
Especially when you make a living out of it. Back in the time, George, man, you guys find all the kind of tournaments. You sacrifice so much. You don't know if you're gonna make a living out of a
No
fight or how
much,
many, and not
not
much.
much
And then
opportunities. True,
and
like
but
we
these
have here.
guys, man, just by social media platforms, they make a living out of it. They walk like shit.
Our time, Wally, people were fighting for 1,000, 500, 500.
Oh no, yes.
Oh,
Oh, remember? Oh, how you guys can know how it started in that time, like UFC 2005. So there's a 1,000, yeah, 1,500, right?
yeah,
1,500,
500,
1,500.
500, 500, maybe 1,500. You make it total.
Yeah.
Insane.
And then you have to get your money out if you but if fight in the main card or wherever you can make your money out of sponsorship.
You get coach, your health, everything to take care afterwards. That's like, it was insane.
Yeah, George. Yes, payday always. But George,
Yeah.
don't forget your coaches.
Don't forget the coaches. You make agreement
I
with the
have to buy in
coaches.
my gasoline.
Yeah.
George was always correct.
Nice.
Now, before the camp, we go to camp. Okay, here. We good? Let's make it happen. Let's work. You can kill me now. I hate you now. Later, I love you.
Uh,
Um, let's go back to your career. So you competed 3 times in the UFC. The question is, why that, and how difficult was it to come back to the UFC
It was very hard because,
at that time?
yeah, everything in Japan was closed down. UFC bought everything and shut everything down. And uh, I'm not the best guy to talk about money. I mean, fighting because of the money.
Mm,
My intention of fighting was always because the purpose of being the best fighter. To
hmm.
me, to be the best and fight in a place where they respect fighters the way they're supposed to be respected was Japan. So I have no interest to come back to UFC after Japan was over in 2010. I had no interest. I wasn't even training much. I was like, let's make the less money out of it, and let's see what life brings to me. Luckily I became a coach, but it wasn't. Especially because I lost all my coaches. Back in Japan, I had a Wali, I had Benki, I had a lot of Jay Z, a lot of good friends, a lot of good fighters together.
Paumpinha, Paumpinha.
Palpinha,
Mm,
Pitbull.
mm.
We had a good chemistry before back then. And that's one thing very important for a fighter. To me, if I have to wait, any device for fighters and like the way I see fighters and come to me and try to me to coach them. If there's no chemistry, I can't work with you.
That's why I always tell the guys, man, they think, oh, you don't like me? Tell them, man, I didn't
No.
see Joe. If you, that's why I always, especially say when you're amateur, you can go with anybody and be there in your corner
Yeah.
and help you out. You win, you lose. That's why you get your experience out of it. But when you're professional, that's
Out there.
man, that's killing or die. Oh,
Yeah, you
that's
gotta. You're right. Yeah, well, you
that's
gotta look. We gotta
that's
look in the eye. What do you bring? Give me some juice back. Let's see. Will you want it?
yeah.
Let me see how much you want it.
Yeah.
And it needs time
You
to
build the
build bond,
connection. They build
to
the
build
connection. Yeah,
connection with the
that's
fighter.
what I tell some guys, man. If I don't train with you, I cannot go in your corner. And some guys train also. Oh, if they were asking me, can you be in my corner? That like they will do me a favor. No, man. For me, if I go in there, I want to win. And if I
Yeah,
want to go with you, you have to walk with me. We need to get connected because we have just like when we in the corner there, just in the locker room, we have to look at each other's eyes. You have to feel me. You remember that in
uh-huh.
Japan, Jordan, and say, but you know each other, you know each other, you understand each
You
other's
know how to
emotion,
motivate
background,
each other.
and then you know how to push each other, to the next level. And if you don't have that, especially in big battles, not in like prima donna fights, but if you go there for real war, real that you have to feel each other, understand, trust each other, and that needs time for the connection to be able to coach the right way. Right, George?
Exactly, exactly,
That's what I
exactly.
think. Yeah, so you know now you're coaching now. That's why I don't like to be. If I don't feel that, you don't feel a kind of passion and emotion with, yeah,
I don't go.
you cannot do it. You're not going to believe in it. And I don't like to be a guy, be just be in the corner to be seen. No, if I
Hmm.
go with you, I want to win with you, I want to bleed with you, and that's
Exactly.
yeah,
Right.
and that yeah, that's what that's the coaching aspect. Yeah, and that's a lot of guys, man. Oh, you thinking? Like, can my brother me be in corner? Can my mother or my sister be in? What are you talking about, man? It's a fight. We don't want to be there.
Ex-
Yeah, the shine is for the. It's you time. The fight is time. What we're gonna be, we're gonna be there, assist you, back you up, be your second eyes, and but you the one who has to pull the trigger. But to tell you what to do, to feel let you feel what you do, you need that connection. It needs time.
yeah.
That's most like the fighters, man. They don't understand that. And sometimes all the fighters say, "Can I go with you, man? Because I don't know you. What do you mean? Yeah, you just tell me how to punch and no, no, no. We need sometimes we just need a sound. We're just
Yeah.
looking in each other's eyes, and they don't understand that. That needs time. And then you know what to do. Yeah.
You still see some of the good guys. It's still these days, like you see, like Khabib,
Mm.
his dad. You gotta work with someone with a longer period of time to get to know the fighter, how he behaves in circumstance when he's
The
good.
emotional aspect, man, because it's a
Yeah,
lot of emotions in there. Yeah, that's a lot.
when he's good, when he's bad, especially when it's bad. How you are, what kind of person you are when it's bad, when the kind of person you are when it's good.
Yes,
Tells a
that's how
lot
you
about
can
you.
make that evaluation. When you do it together, you walk the whole road, the whole process together. You can make an honest evaluation. We lost. Let's sit together and see what went wrong. But if you do nothing together, who you gonna blame? Who you
Yeah.
gonna blame for the process what happened? Nobody.
You could,
But like Usman now with Shamayev, what you gonna man? You gonna come on? You can could he do this? Could he do that? That was if you know fighting was a short. No, he went to distance. That guy. That wasn't an easy for his opponent Shamayev. Wasn't an easy fight for him. But the guy it was a short notice fight. Nothing to talk about anymore.
uh-huh. Just
That's so
respect.
because you know him as he's a champion. He's a champion. So you
That's
can
why.
you can
That's why I started working with not too long ago with Justin Gaethje. after he lost to Habib. Start working with this guy. Whenever I get there, he just work. I can tell he hates being on the ground, and I
Still.
know, he does because he has to do. With that alone, already he got me. You know, in the middle of sports session, he finds himself in the ground. George, coach, what I do now? He listens. Being coachable. It's a big plus too. He
Yeah,
likes
yeah.
to listen. He likes to evolve. He likes to learn. He has to have a good fight. He's a good heart
Mm.
guy.
And a big chin. Right.
Uh,
Big kid, family kid.
Big
Believe in
chin, George.
God.
Has a
China.
big chin.
Big
Right.
chin, big balls. He likes it. He
Yeah,
likes
yeah,
fun.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Justin Gaethje is a crazy guy, really.
Yeah, we were walking on the backstage before after Kamaru's fight. Islam came by, and I'm like the whole deck stand crew like, holy shit, we better be ready to fight in the backstage.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
Why is that?
No, the last one in Abu Dhabi.
Ah,
I know, but why you have to that guy?
No, Islam is a cool dude because everything
No, they
we
are
all good.
nice
Shima
kid,
Ave,
nice kid.
Shima Ave, I don't trust.
Yeah.
But Islam is just he,
You see, George like Islam, Shammai, this guy, man, hey, you need a psychiatrist.
what is great. What a shame for his people, right? They can't represent the people like that. Come on,
Yes,
man, you're mad.
yeah, exactly. Forget, yeah, don't, and then your kind of behavior. Don't talk about
No,
it. I'm just saying it now. Don't talk about Islam, man. Like, see, you
no,
see,
yeah.
keep the
So then
religion.
he stopped. He stopped. He was crossing up, Justin, and I'm looking at like, oh my god, like, what's gonna happen now?
Should I go judo or jiu-jitsu?
I don't know. I was taking people down for sure. Ground, yeah, take down.
That's the
Uh,
kind of a vibe with this guys. No,
you know, right?
you have
No.
some
He,
good
he
guys.
just stopped by. He just stopped by Justin and just like, hey, Justin was like, congratulations for your fight. He's a good champ. You're a good champion. He just said to Justin, be ready to fight. He's like, I'm ready to fight. It's okay. So let's see in a couple months. Oh man, I love this shit. I just
yeah.
like
Imagine,
let's train.
That motivates. That motivates you.
Everybody, right? The fighter, the
Yeah,
coaches, everybody.
yeah.
We won
Yeah,
that.
that's a that's it. Then you have a connection with a fighter, man. If you have that, oh man, it's our fight.
It's our fight. I
It's
don't want to
our
lose
fight.
for them.
You see,
Yeah, I
that's
don't want to lose.
yeah. That's so important, especially in this game. It's so complex game, and in millisecond, it's everything can happen. You have
mm,
to be mentally ready for everything, and the mind game
Ready.
starts already. You see that just walking, crossing each other starts already. Because
Yeah.
it's a hard game, man,
We
and then you
gotta
start and you connected. The whole team is connected. It's you call it. It's our fight.
it has to be the team. Yeah. Everybody.
It's our
Everybody
fight.
responsible for their own role.
Yeah.
The
every,
fighter is to win. That's all.
do you think the fight against Habib changed Justin's mind?
A
Is he
lot.
stronger? Uh-huh.
A lot. From that fight, that's how he got called to work with Justin.
Mm.
Because of that fight. He's still young. He's a kind, just the kind of guy, very religious boy. He's half Mexican.
Oh, Justin is what kind of a religion?
He's
He's
half
a
German, half
Catholic.
Mexican, right?
He's a
Catholic.
Catholic. He
Catholic.
believes in God. He's
Catholic.
very
You,
yeah.
you believe in God too? I believe in God. You believe in
Not
God,
everybody
George?
believes in God, Coach.
You believe in God, George?
I do believe in God.
I do believe in God too.
Yes, that's what we all
Yes.
here.
That's it.
He made a sacrifice for us.
Yeah.
But he's a good kid. And that fight, he was getting his fire. His father retired with the money. He's a family kid. He's a kid. And I was a fan of him already. Kamaru being together with Trevor Whitman, and I started getting a chance to get linked with these guys, Justin Gaethje and Rose, the Majumis, and that's how everything started. And that's why I have a lot of faith in Justin because he's willing to take the pain to do what he doesn't like to do, like, and he does like he loves to. You know,
Wow,
every time, yeah, every time I get to Denver, he picks me up at the airport at 5 o'clock. We go straight to the gym to drill.
willing to suffer, willing to
Willing
sacrifice.
to suffer. The
Mhm.
bad thing is he only wants to work with me. And like, bro, when I'm not here, you train, please. But that's a different story.
Hmm.
Because he's a kind of guy he only believes with the guys who's been there, who did that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
He doesn't want to work with the grappling coach who never been a fighter.
Okay.
Yeah,
He want,
you've been there, George. You've been there, man. You went to all. You did everything.
we know, yeah. But
That's how you get also the trust and confidence in each other. Not the
he,
guys who I know it from the books. I saw the guy doing the. I had a lot of guys. This weekend it was, man, about weight cut. I saw Usman in the vlog doing this cut, this kid. So why are you looking at, telling me how he's gonna do cutting this or do the water cutting only just that about weight cut and why did you see? Yeah, because Usman is the same weight class and he did this and he did that. He was talking about. Man, whatever you don't know how many weight cuts I did. You know how many all kind of different bodies I saw
oh
did the
yeah,
weight cuts. You cannot go and you don't see everything what these guys do. You don't
it's,
you cannot compare yourself with this type of a fighter. It's totally
you gotta walk together to see. Because
yeah,
yeah, you
exactly.
never been there. You can just speculate.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
maybe if that's why it's right. No, no, you don't know.
no,
You don't know. They don't know.
exactly. Yes,
We've been there. We know.
true.
Imagine the fight between Justin and Islam um, will be someday. I hope it so much, to be honest.
He will. I think he will. Unless when is Ramadan, Wally?
April, right? March.
April. See, no, you got to find an Islam, so you have to be careful. A
I gotta
Ramadan.
ask you because that's
Yeah, yeah,
why. That's the only
yeah,
thing.
yeah. The Ramadan is
The
going to be
dates are the dates are swinging by because of that.
yeah, but it's every year is like it's 6-10 days earlier,
Mhm.
so it's going to be around April. The Ramadan, I can around in
Yeah, so
April.
maybe it still happen. If it not, he fights for interim belt with Charles Oliveira again
Hmm.
Nice, yeah.
And it will happen before the Ramadan,
before Ramadan. Yeah.
Mhm.
and and it's
Okay.
going to be March or something. March, yeah.
How could a game plan? How could it look like? Because I don't know. Is it hard for Justin to fight Islam because he has a same background like Habib. He is a very strong and good wrestler. How will the game plan look like? Will he damage Islam with leg kicks? I don't know. Can you? How would you build a game plan against Islam?
I can't tell you how would
No,
be the
not
game
exactly,
plan,
but,
but
but I don't know.
he likes to fight. That's the thing with Justin. Justin likes to fight. He has a chin. He likes to fight, and he likes to make damage.
He
He's a
likes
he's a
he's like to bang.
he likes to bang. He's a big. He's a If you see him, if you touch the kid, he's dense.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
muscle, his bones are big.
Mm,
Same as Habib, because I've been with Habib together, so I seen it. He's the
mm,
same kind of fighter, but I mean, take this way: when Habib won, it was a grappling fight,
yeah, yeah.
something that Justin doesn't know. He's been working right now.
Mm,
I'm guessing. I don't think he's the same as Habib. I think he's not as strong as Habib, but he could bring uh, the best of the fight, try to take Justin down, but I don't think stand up he will have an advantage. I think Justin
mm,
has more to
yeah.
show in the striking. He has a good wrestling. He had a lot of going with against Habib, a lot of anxiety being in the ground because he didn't know what's coming,
Mm,
which is something through the last year we've been working. He kind of recognized what's danger, what's not danger, how he has to behave on the ground. I think it's a big plus going to this fight. He has different tools to show on the ground, also as in the grounding pound, especially grounding pound with wrestling. I'm very excited for this fight. I'm very, very excited for this fight. I cannot wait for this fight. He's a different guy.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I was very
What about his defense, George? Gaethje's defense.
His defense, I can't tell much about his hand. He comes from the background of a boxing. Trevor Whitman is a boxer coach.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Yeah, so his footwork it's excellent. I can tell much about his hand, his stance position, but his feet, head work, and things are good. They're good for him. When I saw both of them together in Abu Dhabi last 2 weeks ago, they have about the same high, which is good.
Mhm.
Uh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
George is
Yeah.
excited. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Inshallah.
So I might be there. I think on early December I'll be there with Justin there to train together with Carlos Alexander.
Hmm.
He's doing a little bit of strike. I'm doing a little bit of ground with him. But the way negotiations it's happening, it might happen. By mid of February, I hope so. I know. Islam wants to go welterweight too. True. It might be his last fight.
Welterweight.
Yeah, 170. He wants to go to
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
He's kind of big for 155.
About how tall is he? You don't know.
No, I don't know. I think he's about the same size, same height as Justin.
Mhm.
5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, about BJJ. I see you busy with.
I'm busy with
You're,
family.
you're
I'm busy with my own gym
focused
now.
with jiu-jitsu. You're competing also, right? It's
I'm
here and there.
competing. I was a world champ last year.
Mhm.
I took a year to just compete. I've been been American champion, world champion. Then I retire again
What kind of
because
division is it you've been competing in BJJ? Just for the people who
it's
don't know, like explain.
84, 80, 80, 85 kilos.
Mhm.
85.
85.
Yeah. So I had my last run last year because it was a personal goal, being a world champion as a black belt in old.
Is it also like personal thing just to stay for your jiu-jitsu? You love jiu-jitsu, you like grappling,
I
just
love
to,
jiu-jitsu.
to keep
Yeah.
your skills sharp. That's why
As
you
soon as
also go.
I get retired, I had to open my old gym so I keep working where in something that brought me in, and some of the fighters that I suggest fighters that that's what one thing I told Kamaru, fighters need to find something, some outlet, something that they can have fun and make living
Mhm.
off the career. Luckily, I have jiu-jitsu, so it's something that I can provide to my family. I have a big gym,
Mhm.
200 students, and that's something that I manage with my wife, have my kids training, and I'm still able to train fighters. So
Yeah.
it made sense. I was almost became a firefighter,
Fighter. Oh.
almost a fighter.
No, but you always been like the family guy too, Josh. In the beginning, also as a
Yeah,
fighter, you always been family guy.
no, family is the first thing,
Yeah, I always say yes, exactly.
always. Then the
Also,
rest.
yeah, it's well. I tell the guys also they come and excuse I can't do this because of family. Your family, you work, study, family.
Yeah,
Because
you should.
after fight, man, everybody will celebrate, be around you on your shoulder, next to you in the ring, in the cage, wherever. The celebrating time, and after that, it's only your family.
It's only your family, your mom, your
Uh,
dad, your friend, your wife, your kids. That's you do
yeah,
for them. That's all.
that's the greatest investment,
One
right?
hundred percent.
But you still working, training jiu-jitsu, like
I
just
still
want to
train
see.
jiu-jitsu, make me still active. I still have to be updated for my fighters, the ones that I still work with, so I can still bring something new for them. Stay in shape to train with them. Because we never stop. The learning, you never stop. There's always something new coming up. You got to put yourself not either ahead of the game or be in the mix, but do the best as you can. with the hard work never goes away, but
Mm,
learning new skills always come in handy, you know?
true. One question for George about a fighter, someone who starts from zero. M- I always have these questions. Also, kids want to say, "I want to start MMA, but I have no background. I love grappling." If
Mm.
they go into the ground game, should they train with start with gi for the skills technique, just start without gi or with gi?
I mean, some work is better than no work, you know?
Mm,
But if I tell my kid, my son, he's 8 years old right now, he's trained jiu-jitsu every day actually. So wrestling, I like wrestling. Grappling is always good, but it has to be something with a takedown, either judo or wrestling, because I like the mental toughness it has behind it. You know, you get strong, you have good stance.
judo.
You got the chance to train some wrestler, right?
Mhm.
Even they are not the most talented for a strike, but they have the discipline and they know hard works will pay it off.
They like drilling, the drilling thing. They
Like
like
drilling, drill,
they long,
drill, 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 drill,
drill,
never
drill.
stop. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I think the ethic, working ethic, come from family. That's the way I think comes with. But with the sports, if you have something good, I mean, I don't even think a kickboxer would be a good way to start. It is, but you have to accept learning new skill. I mean, if you're coming from kickboxing, you need to have some wrestling, some takedown defense.
But very important. Me and
Very
George
important.
always say that when you kickbox, you're going to this is kind of weak stand up guy. They don't know how to kick out the punch and say, "Oh man, I can beat them on stand up." But it's all like I can give you stand up, but if you don't have a like takedown, like a decent wrestling, your stand up is going to be weak. Yeah, they're going to easy to penetrate.
A striker, they already have naturally good hips, strong hips,
It's
right?
all the time distance now that comes to distance and
Yeah.
defense.
They
That's
just get used to the new sport so you can avoid a lot of the challenges going to the ground. Then later,
mm,
implement, get the strike together along. You hop down the road. But kickboxing, wrestling, grappling, or you come from wrestling,
Mm.
kickboxing, then grappling. You know,
mm.
grappling, you got to go all the way through striking and come back in the middle of the wrestling to even everything. That's where I feel like.
Yeah. So, but a fighter, if someone wants to become a fighter, no grappling, and he wants to practice fundamentals, gi or no gi, Joe.
Gi also is good.
It's,
Also
it's,
good. Gi and no gi, they're also good. They're both good. The no gi will give a lot of
it's not waste of time. It's from your point of the waste of time with gi.
yeah. It's like straight to the point. You won't get skill as you if you do with the gi. Skill with the gi, you get more skill. Without a gi, you go straight to the point if you want to learn or if you want to avoid. You know, learn the game to avoid to do what you do best, which is also good. But you gotta drill a lot. You gotta be willing to drill to put time.
Time.
Put time.
That's what I tell the guys, man. Go in there. Oh, I train 2 times a day, coach. Whatever. So in off season, man, you can do like four. You have to get your body ready. If your point of view, your opinion,
No, no.
tell
It's
you have
even
to you have to go there, train. It's not about your off season. That's the momentum. You have a lack in grappling, lack in wrestling. Just go there. That's not about the amount of I train 2 times. There will be no. It's not about training. It's about exercise. You're willing to drill. Your training has to be like go there and suffer. About intensity, just willing to go there, repeating. Just go get the fundamentals, and this has to
yeah.
be like suffering and like high intensity, whatever to get
No,
them.
I don't
Just go.
believe that. I don't believe that fighter has to spar all the time. Truth, I
No,
don't
no,
believe it.
inspire. No, no, we
I
don't.
believe they have to drill all the
Dr-
drilling sessions.
Learn to drill and
Put
yes.
rounds of drill over and over and over and over and over. It has to become a muscle memory.
That's what I got. Yeah, Muslim man. That's what I do with the guys when they go in the midst. They go, just that jab. And for them, we look in the face, man, more motivated than you. It's the jab, man. Has to be drilled. I know, I can tell you how to make a jab or left hand, straight left hand. You're gonna know it in 5 minutes. But to be able to pull it out on the pressure, whatever, that's to be drilled, repetition,
It never changed.
automatization. Yes, and never change. That's what
It
everything on
never changed.
life,
See some
right?
guys like, oh, I know how to do that. Like, come on, you know this thing.
But you
We
can,
try
can
to
you?
figure out with different fighters. You
Yeah, but
know this thing? No, come
uh,
back. Do again.
do
Do
it.
it.
Yeah, repetition.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How
And
did
you were, and Joe was also the kind of a fighter, man. When he was like, whoa, he had also his weaknesses, and he knows his weaknesses. He was willing to, when you get serious about the game, fighting, and you went to Japan, and that, man, that's getting serious, right? The doors are open now to get some money in there and to be taking for real. You start sacrificing, willing, you all the time in the gym. Oh yeah, you finish with the workout, so putting gi on. Oh, you went with Paul Pina. Oh, let's go over
Yeah.
these movements. And now Jay-Z also, Jay-Z has in that time when he was, you have to keep
Same.
an eye on him. That's not going to do something extra. You see him, you finish training already 3 workouts or 3 sessions. He jumps out. Now I'm going to run a little bit. You done, Jay-Z? Stop it. That's Will, and that's how he became also a real champion, dominant in the time of K1 Heroes and K1 Dreams.
We work
Willing to, yeah,
always, always
work.
active. Always.
That's the only thing.
I remember we going to fight in Japan. One guy fighting in Japan that night. We are in the locker room before the fight doing our workout. I was hitting
Mm.
pads with
Oh,
Wally together with Bigfoot because we have fights in a couple weeks. It doesn't matter. The work has to
yeah,
be done. Whatever you at,
yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
how did you split your training sessions? You know, the ground game and stand up. How often did you train stand up and how often ground game?
With the ground game. I believe every fighter that comes from one martial art, either wrestling, striking, or jiu-jitsu, he has to keep doing. But he needs to put a lot of times in drills, in a lot of drills, a lot of repetitions. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of inventing the wheel, reinventing the wheel. They're already there. Keep doing, keep repeating, keep better timing. The timing of the what you already know makes a lot of difference. But I don't believe you have to do extra and not a lot of weight. You gotta fighters fight. You gotta train to fight, drill. You will get the best conditioning for kickboxing, training kickboxing. The
Mhm.
best condition of MMA, doing MMA.
Mhm.
But Wally's just said the same. It's drill. It's a lot of drill. So the last year I won a world champion. I just won doing drills, not even training, because I'm too old to train. If I train too much, I get hurt. My drill sessions, hour and a half, repeating maybe 3 moves.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom again, boom, boom again. And every time we went there, we discover a new thing, a new way, how to get stronger, how to be more effective, the timing of the position. I think it's a lot of repetitions and stick with the basic in your core. Your qualities, they will never die.
I agree. I agree.
And
Yes, that's
how
what I mean.
many training sessions did you have during your active career per week?
Two, I
10.
mean, 2 trains per day for sure.
Mhm.
Saturday I do one train
Mhm.
and relax. Relax and rest.
How
We
important
can,
is rest?
huh?
How important is a rest day or to rest between the sessions?
I believe at least 5 hours between sessions. Everybody has a different.
It's different. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah,
Habib says
some fighters have already a genetic.
eating.
Habib
It's a big
says,
factor.
the Habib is a standard. Habib
No, no,
says,
but he has a good quote. He said,
mm,
"Eating, training, sleeping. Eating, training, sleeping. It's just it's his
and repeat,
routine. Yeah,
and repeat. That's
repeat. Yeah.
that's that's an old
It
say-
is.
that's an old saying in sports,
Mhm.
Dylan.
Yeah,
As always,
it's,
we don't
it's
have.
too good.
He also learned that stuff.
Mhm.
We have to look at the old champions, early champions. The same thing. It's about it. Eat, sleep, train, and repeat.
You
Mhm.
gotta do it. That
That's
won't
it.
change. What we put in
Mm,
between,
no,
they all
no.
it's different.
and know how to do it. It's all different from fighter to core to body, and you cannot compare.
Yeah.
But the essential thing, the foundation, you want to become a champion. You want to make a difference at the level of not being a part. You want to be a champion, be something special. You have to do something extra. And now the
Extra.
repetition is a part of the game. If you're
Yeah.
not willing to repeat, and so you're just gonna be a part-time fighter, and you be like a occasional champion or pick. But you want to compete, be at the top of the game of the food chain, and be the man to beat or to. Yeah, that's the man. That's the standard. That's yeah. You have to do something different. They do something extra. One cent in that time, when Anderson Silva or the kind of real champion, BJ Penn, the real champions. Yeah, they do something special. They after each fight, they're gonna do something different to get out of a comfort zone to elevate the standard, right, George? To
Yeah.
elevate the standard. Otherwise, you're not gonna come and go back to my previous training routine and perform like the last time. No, the guy's getting ready for you how you performed last time.
Yeah.
They need another. You need to come out with another George, because the guy's getting ready for you. And then to do that, you need to know the team has to be behind the fight and understand and trust each other. Do new things, different things. Your standards foundation is always the same,
It's
but you have
always.
to, but you have to find other ways to make him better, and
Yeah.
that comes with experience and knowing each other, trusting each other.
You gotta keep adding tools, not getting hurt, no
Yeah.
overtraining. That's a
Yeah.
big part.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
science between the eat, train, sleep, and repeat is
Yeah.
that's
It's very
that's something behind between.
the
Yeah, no,
recovery time.
you gotta
That's
be
why
smart.
and
Even
the
when
best
you
training,
train.
best training camp, always the best training camp when a fighter gets out without injury.
Yeah,
Then when you have
yeah.
the best, and you don't, and how many guys pulled out because of injuries? Happens all doing too much, wrong things, stupid things.
No guys training, doing fights, injury already. Yeah,
Yes, yeah, and then there's so many aspects, but it's all about to be in balance. Yeah, George.
Yeah.
We're still connected about this training methods, things in way of philosophy,
yeah. New,
mediology, and
new
aspects.
things happen, new things that we learn, new things, but the mindset I think is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
Willing to take the suffering, going to deep waters, learning new stuff, resting. It's still the same. It's the same. You believe in yourself, a team behind who believes in you too, a coach,
Yeah.
connection,
Mm.
training partner, everything makes it. It's a lot of stuff to make it happen.
So many factors, man, especially in this
Yeah,
game.
I don't.
It's a complex game. Small gloves.
The time is there from right with the smoke glove, everything. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You have something to add, Dylan? You
Yeah.
found something on the internet?
No, just the last question, maybe, because it's very interesting. And we talked about a lot of good and nice topics. I think we could continue it until tomorrow and talk about everything. But yeah, so I have a last question, which interests me a lot. What are your top 5 MMA fighter of all time?
Hey,
You still remember? Okay.
I have a lot of people that I look up for. So many guys.
Yeah.
If I have to start, I will start with
Mizaki, one of the fighters you were close to.
fighters.
Yeah,
Fighters.
no, the one of his fights that he is one of his
The
main.
best, no, the best fighters or the best fights.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you can tell us both, fighters and fights.
I mean, fighters that I look up for. I always look up for. Always I'll always look at Big Nog, Rank Couture, Fyodor Emelianenko. Oh man, Vanderlei Silva, of course. There were so many idols, man.
And Anderson, no?
Anderson Silva for sure. Jose Aldo.
Jose Aldo, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of big names.
Oh, GSPS,
GSP, Frank Edgar. So many guys. They were good at their time.
Yeah, and they're very good at something, right? Very good at something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Khabib is the big, also one of them. Daniel Cormier. I mean, so many guys.
What about your favorite coach?
I have my favorite connection was this guy over here.
What was your favorite? Oh, you worked with some coaches
I
down
have so
before,
many
and after,
coaches. That's one thing.
and after, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's one thing
Just leave this, leave out the style, whatever.
no.
Just coach as a coach, not the game. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have that question. It's his question, George. I
Yes,
don't know.
No, I'm telling you, like I had so many coaches in my life, so many. I used to I've been Alkmaar in Amsterdam.
Alkmaar. He means
Alkmaar.
Alkmaar in Holland, close to MC.
Alkmaar. For 5 months to teach Badahari and Melvin Manov Jiu-Jitsu, which is impossible. Which was impossible, but I had a good time.
Yeah, good time.
So I met a lot of coaches. I had a lot of coaches, but
Oh, he was in Holland. So that time, George went to Holland. Yeah, he went to. He
yeah,
told me he went to
2000,
Holland to discover the stand up, and that time also.
2004 to 2005. Yeah, I had a deal like my Liborio met. I never told you that Liborio met this
Mike?
guy from Holland and Pride. So we need
Okay.
someone to train jiu-jitsu, to teach jiu-jitsu. Like, okay, find someone. Then I went there. The deal was put the American top team shirt, the American flag. At the airport, someone picks me up. What a fucking
In Schiphol.
shit.
Schiphol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What shit face was it? Was bad. But okay, I did 5 months over there. But I mean, without a question, look, I had a lot of good coaches, but the facts speak for itself. Whenever I did the best in my life, I had this guy right here, Wally,
This
and
guy right here. This guy.
and Andre Benke. Yeah,
This
I
guy.
mean,
This
I hate
guy.
this guy. That's
Oh,
why I love him.
yeah,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
He was also one of my favorite fighters, Georgie.
No,
You can-
he, and that's why, like we like we were just saying, we gotta look the fight in the eye. The fighter has to be honest with the coach. The coach has to see through him to see how he behaves when everything goes down. And he found a way to bring me back. So we had a good chemistry, and he was the best. I can tell when I left Wally 2010. That's when I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not
No,
gonna fight
no,
him.
2011. We still were rolling.
You
2011.
left. You went back and forth. We changing gyms. You were about to
No,
go
but
back.
2011. We still that time in Boca Raton. That
Yeah,
no?
but we were coming back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. But we had a lot of coaches, but that was the best time of my life. Him, Wally, Pahumba, Benke, I think was my three coaches that I did the best of me, got the best of me out of me.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah, that was it.
You executed also the hard work. That,
Yeah.
you did what you had to do as a fighter and as a champ.
You gotta
Yeah,
trust
for sure.
who you walk with.
Yeah, Strikeforce, Bodo, Strikeforce, champion, Sengoku, tournament,
Oh,
and championship.
we came from maybe number 50 or 55 to become number 3 in the world when we start working, right? All the way when we left, right? He was
Yes.
Anderson Silva first, then Vanderlei Silva maybe, then me. We got to that point. I remember that era, 2009.
the
2009.
Brazilian era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice,
And
nice.
all big dogs.
Oh, yeah. It was
And
nice.
Belfort. You one time he was supposed to fight
Belfort. We're supposed to
Belfort.
go Belfort, yeah.
And all those guys were in their prime.
Yes. Ain't the prime.
In the prime.
We had a good run for sure. We did.
Nice.
You had a nice career, George.
Thank you.
And a lot of experience, a
We
lot
did.
of knowledge, and hopefully some guys in this game nowadays in US will see, take the benefit, see the right people, personalities like you, one of them, who can give this knowledge
For
push
sure.
it forward to bring to the next generation.
We pass it on. Let's try. That's the
People
goal.
who understand who's going to bring me the next level, not who I like. No, this guy, man, who's gonna get under your skin and get the best out of you. I don't make. And also the guys, I'm here to challenge you. You don't have to be my friend. And we want to get the best out of you. And so down the road, you're gonna love me or love each other.
Exactly.
That's the way. Then you know where you want to go. Not, oh, I like him. I like him to be my corner. I like to him to. What is he gonna be for you? It's your job, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
choose to be a professional.
He tell you what you like. He give a break when you want it, right?
That's also yeah. This is the wrong guys.
Yeah.
Wrong
That's
guy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
it. And that was a
Thank
good
you
end.
very much. Thanks for stepping into the ring with us today and
Let's talk
giving us
about.
these nice insights. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
that's the show.
guys.
That's the program, right? Let's talk about and
Less.
about.
Oh, really?
MMA for today. Let's talk about